Hey friends, welcome in or welcome back to my channel. This is Miss Tarot, and today we have another pick a card reading for you today. I have to apologize for not getting this out sooner. I was a little under the weather this week and was losing my voice, and so if my voice starts cracking, that's why. But we are going to take a look at a general reading and just channel in some messages that you need to hear. I put a poll out on my YouTube page, and an overwhelming amount of you wanted to have a general reading in which where spirit messages are just allowed to come through, kind of like what do you need to hear right now type of reading. There was a couple other votes for how do I fix this, a particular problem, which I will do later this week. But for today, we have 3 piles in front of you, and we will be channeling in some spirit messages and things that you need to hear right now about whatever particular situation that you have been perseverating on. So in front of you, you have 3 piles. Pile number 1, you have the raw citrine. Pile number 2, you have the black tourmaline. And then pile 3, you have the raw green, am I crazy, calcite? Yeah, that's what it is. So go ahead and take a moment to see which pile speaks to you, and I will see you at your reading. Hey there, pile 1, if you chose the raw citrine stone, this will be your reading. We will be, again, channeling messages from Spirit today. These are messages that you need to hear right now. So right away, I did pull a Wild Unknown Archetype card. I just got this deck. I've been admiring it for some time. So this is going to check and see what your current energy is, or the energy that's surrounding you right now. And then we'll dive into the tarot. And right away, you have the Destroyer. And we are also going to take a look at some tea leaf fortune cards as well. But I do want to call to attention the Destroyer. This is very similar to the Tower card in the fact that this is a necessary teardown of something that is you have always thought to be very stable in your life. Some of you right now could be going through the ending of a painful relationship, or the ending of a job or career that you've been in for several years, or being forced to move to a new location that is foreign to you. And you know, while we resist change really significantly, it's just our own way of trying to cope with the unknown. This is always a card that ushers in new beginnings and, you know, new experiences that will absolutely lead you on the path that you're meant to be on. So I don't know if that, you know, provides you with any particular hope, but just trying to interpret the cards. Don't kill the messenger, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So let's see what else is going on in terms of this Destroyer. Anything else? Oh, what is trying to... It wants to. Okay, maybe not. It changed its mind. Okay, we are looking at rat. Someone working against you, behind your back. It's always... Chain. A chain of events that will affect your life. Wheel. Indecisiveness, allow your life to ramble aimlessly. Oh, wow. Okay. You know, for some of you, I do think that this is going to be significantly romantic. I don't do love readings very often, unless it's something that's specifically requested by people, clients and that sort of thing. But I do get the sense for some of you, it was the first thing I thought of when I flipped over the Destroyer card, was this is a very painful end of a particular relationship. Maybe this is something you don't see coming, but somebody is not being faithful, or does not have your best interests at heart, or there is some sort of somebody is taking advantage of you in a way that you never thought possible. This is triggering a chain of events that will definitely affect your life. But it looks to me like you're in a little bit of an indecisive energy. It does say that, you know, you need to allow your life to kind of ramble aimlessly. It's almost like a hanged man situation, and where, you know, you probably see something very significant coming on the horizon, and probably your intuition is kind of tipping you off to this destroyer dynamic, but at the same time, you don't know how to act. It's kind of like, am I just being paranoid? Am I being intuitive? You know, what's really happening here? And I do think for some of you that if this is a relationship matter that is kind of doomed to close and have a significant ending, then it looks to me like with the wheel here, you are being told to just kind of sit back and do nothing. It's going to reveal itself, and your indecisiveness will come to a point where you do not need to make any particular decision, because the universe has pretty much shown you what is going to happen, and this will probably leave your life in a very organic fashion. So to get a little bit more information as to possibly when this is going to leave your life, I did pull the tea leaf months of the year cards to see which one might be very significant. Okay, December. And which astral house does this have to do with, Spirit? Love, yeah. Okay. This is an ending to a relationship for most of you, or something, you know. For in a more general take, I will say that if it is not a significant relationship that is leaving you, I will definitely say that it is something that you probably hold pretty dear, near and dear to your heart, something that you do love. Maybe it could be a career, or I do get the sense that it's more of a person. There's some sort of relationship aspect here. But, you know, while this ending is definitely painful, I do get the sense with this rat card here that obviously you don't want people in your circle that are working against you, don't have your best interests at heart. You know, there's a lot of people who just, and I used to be one of them as well, where it's, you know, you see the good in somebody, or you want to see the good in somebody no matter what they show you, and you always think that you can bring it out of them, or you can change them, or, you know, there's something that you can do. But, you know, sometimes I mean, it's not even sometimes, they have to take responsibility for what they do in their life, and you have to take responsibility for your own happiness. So don't keep people around you that do not align with who you are, what you want, or even, you know, with how you want to be treated. Okay. Okay, I'm getting off my soapbox now. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, so I just got this deck gifted to me. This is the Lost Soul Tarot, and we're going to get going. More information, Spirit. Give us the messages that you want us to hear. Oh, What else? These are a little slippery, so. Anything? So many things to say to you right now, it sounds like. Okay, we're good. That's a lot of cards to unpack. So let's see what we're doing here. Okay, we have the Sun. We have the Nine of Cups. We have the Two of Cups. We have the Devil. Yeah. Okay. How are we going to do this? Because the thing is kind of on the bottom. These are really odd cards. You know, here we go. Let's just do it this way. Let's see. The Hanged Man. It's funny that popped out right by the wheel where we talked about indecisiveness. We have the Ten of Wands, overbearing, hanging on to something that's really taking a weight on you. The Eight of Cups. I'm going to pop him here. You know what? need symmetry. There we go. King of Pentacles. Okay. And what is going on with this card? Three of Cups. Okay. All right. Well, let's take a moment to look at all of these. Right away, I do see, you know, I'm really drawn to the Devil card and the Hanged Man for a very specific reason. Like I said with the Wheel, I do think that there is a really specific dynamic at play here where you are being called to kind of wait and see what is going to happen with the situation. I don't think that you are waiting until December. I feel like December is actually when either you started having particular feelings that this person might not be all they are cracked up to be. And with the Two of Cups that just kind of lined up with it, and as well as the Sun and the Nine of Cups, there was a lot of golden energy at the time. Maybe this person was kind of just really putting their best face on is what I'm trying to say. And you really felt like this may have been the one or the person that was going to, you know, kind of make you happy. Or maybe this was, if you were in a long-term marriage or a long-term relationship or a marriage, this was something that you guys had been working on for some time. Now with the Devil, and you did have, you know, there was a lot of feelings, a lot of love in this relationship. And it seems like it was mostly one-sided though. You have a ton of cups in this reading, which is a lot of water energy, you know, the water signs, Cancer, you know, maybe significant, that sort of thing. But with the Devil card and the Hanged Man here, it looked almost like this person was not just like kind of lying in wait, but was just kind of waiting to see how this particular relationship was going to benefit them is kind of what I'm seeing here. This person has significant issues when it comes to addictions, and it does not, and I don't mean addictions in necessarily like, you know, drugs or you know, alcohol or anything like that, like those kind of addictions. I think this is more of an addiction to certain type of damaging behavior that only comes out after this person has kind of gotten complacent, if that makes any sense. I see that this person was probably somebody who had a significant amount of resources, and maybe that is why, you know, it appeared like they had their stuff together. You know, obviously it looks like this person is fairly successful in a way, but is really able to kind of pull the wool over some people's eyes and make them kind of project themselves in a way where they're a lot more put together and kind of benevolent and really they probably come across as very generous and very giving. But it's kind of like the narcissistic tendency of like, well, you know, I'm going to show you all of this, but it's really for my own personal gain, and it's more of an effort that makes me look good. You know what I mean? It's not who they are, and it is not it is only being, that picture's only being painted so that they get the reflected glory from whatever attention is that they're seeking. Does that make any sense? I don't know how to explain it in any sort of way. I wish I had like a super awesome degree in like psychiatry or psychology or something like that. I only took a year. So I'm just letting you know. Okay. So that's kind of what I'm seeing right now. I do see that this has been a significant burden and a weight on your shoulders. And this is something that your intuition has been sparking at you for like quite some time. There has been a sense that you need to let certain patterns and things like that go that definitely were not serving you. You were so close to just pushing this person out of your life, but I do get the sense that maybe that you are probably, you are definitely someone who gives the gazillion chances, you know, and they're going to, I kind of get the sense that they've been treating you almost like a doormat. So let's take a look and get a little bit more information and messages, specifically from your spirit guides in this situation. That's what I'm trying to say. Sorry. I don't want to disturb the stuff here. I'm starting to think I need to get a new bigger table. So many. Okay, Spirit, what do you have to say? Oh, confession. Okay. You know, I did just hear for some of you that you might be the person who is not being truthful to your partner. It's so funny because I think I can sometimes be very, thanks Spirit. They always call me home. They're just like, yep. I tend to be a little bit biased sometimes when I'm doing a general reading for like the collective, because I always think it's something, you know, happening to you in the way that like I like to think the best of the people who are watching this, and I do think that, you know, for some of you, maybe you're the rat. Maybe I don't know. That's not to say that you're a terrible person, but I do think sometimes I'm doing a reading for somebody who is clearly the one who is promoting the problem, and I guess you're seeing it from both sides, if that makes sense. You're seeing it from the victim side, and you're also seeing it from the side that is actually causing the problem. So here we go. Anyways, enough of that. So we have the Strength card, determination, perseverance, and self-discovery. Confession, releasing a secret, pursuing virtue through honesty, and decisions. They need to gain clarity through decision making. So I do see that kind of how this might play out in the bigger scheme of things. Someone, which also may be you, may need to confess what is going on in your heart. Maybe you don't feel like that that this person is right for you, and you're the one that's putting up the front, and you're the one that's keeping this person chained with their emotions, despite you knowing that this is not the person for you. Maybe it's something that feeds your ego. Maybe you're afraid of being alone. Either way, there is a significant burden that you need to release. And I do think that it is going to require quite a bit of strength too, always, strength, and you know, conscious decision making in order to bring about this confession, and really letting go of that particular burden that is that monkey on your back, essentially, that is really perpetuating this awful cycle. So that's two perspectives. That could be, you know, obviously you who are the person in the relationship who's being dishonest and not forthcoming. And then also, I think for the person who is on the receiving end of the issue, I do think, again, for you, there may be a confession coming. You're being asked to really make a conscious decision when this confession actually comes, and really be square with yourself as to where you want to go from here and have the strength to do it. Do not be the person who caves for the 1,000th time and goes against what your heart and soul is telling you, essentially. I am going to get just a couple more angel cards here, because I do want to see if there is a particular, just one more guide card just to see. Okay, Spirit, what is the angel message that you have for pile 1 in this particular issue? These are fat cards. You never want to shuffled in my hands quite right. Ah, don't do it. Okay. All right, so we have the Angel of Wealth. Financial flow comes easily to you. That's always awesome. I'm going to get a little bit of clarification on that because that is bizarre. That's something that pops out and is like, there's got to be some sort of particular meaning there that I am not picking up. Let's see, and I'm probably getting the sense that, really? Ah, okay. Anything else? Anything else to clarify? Lots of aces popping out. That is crazy. Okay. Okay, so we got the Two of Swords, again with the decisions. We have the Ace of Wands. And then we have the Ace of Swords. So, yeah. Okay. Well, this makes a little bit more sense when it comes to like the Angel of Wealth, because I do think that this is more of, oops, and I'm going to pop this guy over too because he just jumped out and didn't want to, the Eight of Swords. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Just have to get everything in a particular way so that I can kind of, these things are slippery, I'll tell you what. Okay, so let's see here. So let me wrap this up for you real quick. So the Angel of Wealth popped out. And I do think, again, with the Two of Swords, there's a very significant decision that is going to be illuminated to you, essentially. There's going to be some serious clarity with this decision making. I don't think that when they're talking about wealth, this is going to be much of a material sense of wealth. You got swords that popped out like crazy. And I think this is more about gaining yourself and your sense of worth back. And when I think of wealth, I do think of things that are worth a certain amount. And it is something where, you know, if you have been the person who has been doing the sacrificing, especially in this relationship, or, the person who has been giving the most in this relationship, I think that this is your sign to now kind of let this go, have this be a conscious decision to essentially see where you are aligning with what you want, essentially. The Strength card that you got here and the Ace of Swords is this, you know, it's this beginning of this sharp intellect, I want to say, this gaining of knowledge, this action-oriented, strong person who is not going to essentially continue to let this person take advantage. I think especially with the Eight of Swords here, the Eight of Swords is, you know, the person who is just so, how do I say, kind of one of those situations where you've been just kind of buried when it comes to, you know, the thoughts and actions and the happenings of what has been going on to you. And I think that is what's supposed to influence your decision. The Ace of Wands is also here, but it's kind of like a beacon of hope in my sense, where, especially since it came out again, close to the Strength card, I think that is your sign to let all of this go and to really take it upon yourself to be the action-oriented and strong, courageous person that will, you know, make the right decision, you know, in alignment with what they want. I'm not going to be the one that gives you this advice. That is Spirit's job. And then I think what I'm going to do is just get a final message of kind of where you are going after this. And I will pull the Enchanted Map Oracle card just to see where, Spirit, where are they headed after this ordeal is over? Because this is quite the ordeal. Not all messages that come through are necessarily super happy ones, unfortunately. And I am not put a sweet spin on any cards. It's kind of like, I'm just going to tell you what I see. So if this was bad news for you, I'm so sorry, pile one. Do not shoot the messenger. Obviously, this is something you needed to hear. And I'm kind of thinking, okay, that's what I kind of thought. Aw, Stormfields with the number 9. So yeah, Stormfields almost coming into completion. With the Stormfields card, the main message with this is this too shall pass. So I think this was the final message. And this is kind of like the hope and confirmation that this will be coming to an end soon. This is a very uncomfortable chaos, and it's definitely been surrounding you, and it, you know, it's been causing conflict. It's been keeping you up at night. But just as all this energy is surrounding you, you know, it's kind of like the storm. The storm gets to that point where it's just gathering and gathering, and it gets to its stronger point, and then it has to break, right? Storms, not all storms are, you know, destructive. Sometimes they bring about things that very much are needed. So kind of think of like, you know, a storm bringing a much needed rain to an area that was dying, you know. But the sun is going to come out. It's going to shine again. You're going to come through new growth. Don't be afraid to shake things up a little bit. But definitely just remember that, yes, this too shall pass, and, you know, broken hearts will be mended. And again, you may never be the same after this, but you will definitely be someone who is stronger, wiser, knows what they want, and is definitely not afraid to get it. So big hugs to you, pile one. This was pretty heavy energy. If this reading resonated with you, I would very much appreciate it if you left a comment down below. That is something that us tarot readers absolutely love to get, is just confirmation that, you know, we were either wrong or completely right, or, you know, kind of how the reading resonated with you. Also, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate all my new subscribers. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at your next reading. Take care, everybody. Hey there, pile 2. If you chose the black tourmaline stone, this will be your reading as to what messages your spirit guides have for you. Pretty much, what do you see? What do you not see coming? What messages you absolutely need to hear right now? I did pull the Wild Unknown Archetype Oracle deck first, just to get a general sense of what your energies are right now, if I can speak appropriately. So let's take a look. We have number 5 and the Orphan. And we will also, I do want to say, just get you a few tea leaf cards to kind of see where this is going as well. But I do want to let you know that the Orphan is about a kind of a challenging energy in your time. You probably might be feeling a little disconnected, or kind of maybe feeling a little bit isolated. It's normal, obviously, for us to go through periods of loneliness, or periods of time where we feel that no one is caring for us, or, you know, nobody is kind of stepping up when we need help. So let's take a look and see what specific things are going on with you. Anything? Okay, just 3 today. Oh, okay. So, younger woman, dealings or relationships with a younger woman. Wishbone, a wish is granted. And Vine, seek out the information that will help you. Okay. Well, let's get some tarot as well, because I don't think this is right off the bat abundantly clear. But, you know, for, like I was saying with the Orphan card, I do think that there may be some of you who are feeling very isolated, or maybe you're having a little bit of a tiff, with your I don't know, it could be a daughter or somebody, a younger woman in your life that is kind of testing your relationship, or maybe you are trying to help somebody through this feelings of loneliness and isolation. But I think that there might be, I just heard for some of you, that you were going through a really challenging time with a child, probably a teenager, especially if it's going to be like a younger woman status, and that you're kind of at your wit's end with how to help them. But I do see that, you know, whatever wish that you are trying to get through to you will be granted. So let's get some more information. Okay. Okay, Spirit, give us some more information. What is going on? What is the messages that you have for pile number 2? Yeah, 3 of Swords. Oh. 2 of Swords. Anything else? Not right this second. Okay, well, maybe the messages will be a little bit clearer this time. Okay, so we have Strength. We have the 2 of Swords. We have the 3 of Swords, and we have the Ace of Cups. Okay, so the first thing that I am taking a look at for you, pile 2, is, yes, definitely a little bit of emotional strife here, a little bit of challenging energy. When I think of the 3 of Swords, sometimes my mind goes to heartbreak, but also it can kind of go to just that sense of helplessness and what do I do, and watching somebody suffer. I do think that there is whatever's happening that you're trying to help this person through is kind of right in front of you. There's significant decisions that need to be made, but I don't think you're looking in the right spot. There is definitely an emotional like wellspring of strength here with the Ace of Cups and the Strength card that is really, I don't know if you're being asked to tap into it or if you are already tapping into it, but you're going to have to really use that as your guide right now. You probably are getting a lot of intuitive hits. Maybe certain things are popping in front of you. Maybe significant, I don't want to say commercials or something, but kind of like messages, or seeing the same, kind of like calling your attention to the same billboards over and over and over again. And you've thought, hey, maybe that will work for me. But you've never really jumped at that particular chance. I do think that you are trying to hold the line and be the strong person in this, but in the middle of dealing with whatever this is, you definitely feel like you are being isolated more and more from this person. And I do want to see that, you know, that I do get the sense that this is not a long-term issue. If there is some sort of personal issue or kind of like challenging situation with a loved one, like a daughter or a mother, and you're the daughter, is going on, this is very temporary. I do get the sense that there is definitely a lot of strength and possibly some stubbornness on both sides. But there is one of you who is feeling it more than the other. And I would probably say, if this is a mother-daughter dynamic, I would probably say that the mother might be feeling this a little bit more than the daughter, but it very well could be the other way around, and that the daughter is being very isolated, or, you know, from the mother. So let's take a look and see. I see you. Anything else, Spirit? Okay. They only wanted to pop out 3, but we'll get a little bit more information as we go. Okay, so we have the Knight of Wands, we have the 6 of Pentacles, and then we have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so interesting. Okay, so whatever you are doing right now to kind of remedy the situation, it is the practical way to remedy the situation. I think I did just get confirmation that this is definitely a mother-daughter dynamic, or just a, this could even be a father-daughter dynamic. Either way, the dealings are definitely with a younger woman, and somebody is trying to make a happy home. Somebody is trying to kind of reclaim that lost nurturing and happiness, and is really stepping up to you know, get their wish granted. And it probably has a lot to do with having a happy, healthy, functioning home again, and you know, being in that home and relationship dynamic where it's not just a lot of chaos or a lot of fighting and tension and arguing. As a, you know, as somebody who has a 13-year-old boy, it can be really obviously difficult when raising kids and teenagers to kind of meet them at their level. And I think that is what you are trying to do, essentially. And you're working at it. You are doing your best. There is just a lot of I keep getting the phrase "be patient." This is going to resolve on its own naturally. The Knight of Wands here really indicates to me, especially with this younger woman, is that this person, this younger woman, is probably being very impulsive in their anger. They're also, you know, the Knight of Wands is kind of is a lot of fire energy. If this is a teenage female, then obviously there's a lot of emotions and passion and fire energy in there. And, you know, it's those hormones, man. But I think that there is a lot of impulsiveness that they may be regretting later. But I think that, you know, this is going to play out in the end. This nurturing aspect with a lot of just, I'm here for you. This is a lot of grounding, essentially. Just kind of like I said, meeting them on their level, being able to nurture, talk things out, create an environment of calm for this particular person. And yeah, those are kind of the main messages there. But let's take a look and see. I'm going to use the Starseed Oracle for this particular issue. And I'm also going to grab a different Oracle deck and see what actual words or messages that this person or your angels really need to let you know as to how to kind of remedy this issue, I guess. Words of wisdom, I guess, is what I'm saying. All right, what can we see, Spirit? Give us some words of wisdom as to how this is going to play out. Where are we going with this? All right. Rest. Listen to your body, mentally and physically unwind, and then release. Release grudges, wounds, and pent-up feelings through healthy activities. And I do think that this is funny that it's coming out with like you and this person right here. So you are probably taking this really, you know, really hard, you know, and this is probably like with the Three of Swords here, there is kind of like this hopeless heartbreak. Just maybe you were extremely close to this particular female, and you know, now it's the tensions are really high, and you don't feel like you have the same like intimate relationship that you used to. But I am hearing that again, this situation is going to resolve itself naturally, but you do need to give yourself a little bit of rest. Winding yourself up and becoming more and more stressed is just going to make you feed into that energy and kind of lash out. You are really being told to be the quiet, confident, nurturing, supportive person right now. Whatever this person is going through right now, with what's going on with them emotionally, even possibly spiritually, or just, any sort of internal conflict that this person is going through, you really need to kind of support them around. And I don't think that you need to fix the problem. I think that you need to support the person in the way where they feel like they have the strength to make the conscious decision that this is not for them. They're definitely working on releasing these grudges, maybe some pent-up feelings. Let them do that in whatever way that they possibly can, okay? And then we are going to pull from the Starseed Oracle just a little bit. Wow. Really? Yes. Okay. What do you have to say, Spirit? Okay. All paths lead home. Yes, definitely. That definitely goes with the Pentacles energy. Inner authority, intuition, turning your gaze within. And then double mission, light worker, starseed, serve the world by being you. Maybe this person that you're dealing with, this particular younger woman, is, something that actually I just heard because it happened to, me as a young woman, but probably more of an adolescent, is that I started to realize how much I actually could feel empathic wise, I want to say. And I struggled with that a lot. There was no way to protect myself. There was no way of just absorbing everybody's energy and just melting down over the smallest thing all the time. I do think that there is advice here that for you to, with all paths lead home, it has a lot to do with this Queen of Pentacles energy and being that stable, intuitive, nurturing person that that you have within you and that you are always trying to promote. Okay. With the double mission card, I think especially with the release is that she's going to have to, and maybe this is something that you can help facilitate, but she is definitely going to have to release all these negative things that have technically attached themselves to her that she is not able to clear herself on. So this might be something that you could probably work with her on, or maybe something she's working on within her own aspect. But I know that those are very weird, oddly specific messages for you, pal, too. But I just kind of want to let you know what I see there. And then let's get some... one last kind of angel power wisdom card. It's like my favorite card to use at the very end to kind of tie everything together. Final message, Spirit, final piece of advice, anything in your... Okay, that one. You wanted two. They wanted two for you. Okay, they want you, number one, to believe in yourself and follow your dreams. Again, with the wishbone, I really get the sense that you have the answers definitely within you, and you're just being called to kind of use your own intuition, use that definite Queen of Pentacles energy that we kind of talked about, and keep going with it, and really don't give up, essentially, is what I'm saying. And then step into the unknown. Take a chance, head down new paths. I do love both of these, all three of these cards here with like this with this kind of universal kind of energy going through here and everything. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. But for, you know, the stepping into the unknown, I do want to let you know, especially with this one, is kind of like, you know, I think it's letting you know that we don't know what's obviously in store. You know, our future, we have free will, and our future is always constantly changing. So there's always going to be many options and decisions to make. But I think what they're trying to say is for you to let go of worry and anxiety as all of these new experiences are kind of presenting yourself. If you are somebody who is definitely very empathically inclined, this would be something where you would definitely need to rest and release in order to kind of be able to serve this person that is really needing a lot of care and support right now. These are, I guess, kind of like also making sure that you are just kind of taking a leap of faith in a sense, and really nobody's going to have the right answers for you when it comes to where you want to go and what you want to do to support this particular individual or mend whatever is happening with you and this younger woman. But you know, you are walking a very particular path, and so long as you follow your heart, you are absolutely, it's going to lead you to the place where you are meant to go. Okay. So, with that, pile 2, I'm going to leave those messages here for you. If any of this resonated with you, I would love it if you commented in, down below, as we love to hear feedback as to how and when and what's going on, and that if this resonated with you. And then also don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. That's the easiest way you can support the YouTube channel. And I just absolutely adore meeting all these new subscribers. You guys are flipping amazing. That's all I got to say. So, all right, pile 2, that is all the messages I have for you there. This was kind of a tough energy too, coming out of pile 1 was another tough energy. So whatever's going on with you guys, pile 1 and pile 2, there's huge hugs. Definitely things are going to get better. Definitely for you, pile 2, I get the sense that this is definitely a very impermanent situation that you are probably making. I don't want to say you're making a mountain out of a molehill, but I'm just saying that you're probably too wrapped up and worried about it that and you just need to kind of like trust yourself, believe in yourself, believe in the universe, and letting this resolve on its own. This other person has a lot of strength, so I'm just letting you know you are the guide and you are the support. So but you won't be able to force this person into anything. So all right, that's all the messages I have for you, pile 2. All right, take care. I will see you at your Hey, pile 3, welcome to your reading. If you chose the green point, raw point, I can't remember. I want to say it's fluorite, but I could be really wrong. I know I wrote it down. Anyways, it's inconsequential. You pick the green one. All right. This will be your reading. And again, just to recap, this will be basically just an energy check first, and then we will get some much needed messages that you need to hear. Pile 1 and pile 2 had kind of like heavy energy, a lot of like, you know, conflict with others. So I'm really hoping that this is my happy reading. I just like, woo, those were tiring. But yes, let's take a look at your current energy and get some much needed, messages that you need to hear right now from your spirit guides. So, okay. So right off the bat, we have, the Hunter, which is also the number, I think what is that? 9? Yeah, I think it's number 9. I couldn't see it for a second. There was like some serious reflection here. So anyways, the number 9, the Hunter. So again, these are archetypes. So this very well might be the energy that is either surrounding you or energy that you are embodying and kind of exuding into the world right now. But the Hunter is on a very precise mission with a very specific goal. There is a very heavy sense with this this card that like failure is not like an option. They're not super focused on the actual journey. They're more focused on the results. And, you know, the Hunter is usually a very skillful, quick, decisive, like I said, very results oriented. So, you know, when this card appears, I kind of usually think it's smart to kind of take a look at, you know, what you're hunting, why you're hunting, and, you know, if it's something that is really being called, that you were being really called to kind of, that you're meant to occupy or that you're meant to have or take. Let's get a little bit more information though from Spirit. What are they hunting? What are they on the hunt for? What is going on? A dog? Cool. Okay. I was like, oh, they're looking for a dog. Maybe you're hunting for an animal. Dog close up, pleasure with a close friend. Egg, success assured with good plans and hard work. That sounds definitely like a hunter. Flute, disappointment in a friend or lover. And then I, psychic ability and trusting your intuition. Okay, so let's take a look at this real quick. So I'm going to say, especially to you, pile 3, that maybe you might want to check out pile 1 as well. I kind of get the sense that pile 1 and this one is like, this is like part 2 to the part 1. Never mind. Just if you ever felt called to look at pile number 1, that's probably why. This is a very, I'm getting this very scattered energy right now. And I think with this hunter card here, there is this push for you to be extremely focused. And like I said, results driven. This horse is, you know, if you see horses out in the wild and they're just running and they're just this amazing sense of speed, and I want to say precision, because like I always wonder how they can run so fast over the ground and with those kind of skinny legs and just not trip and fall. They're just like so incredibly strong, powerful, and graceful. And I think that's what you are trying to embody with this. Now with the egg and I do think that with you, the egg is kind of like the goal, and you are definitely trying to, you know, be that person who is following your intuition. And if you're not, you definitely need to kind of try and hone that best you can, because you do have quite a bit. Everybody does. You know, everybody has that piece of them that can essentially be considered psychic or, you know, intuitive, whatever you want to call it. But, you know, maybe you can't see the future, but you definitely have kind of the same intuition as like I was called to say with the horse. Horses have this really natural sense of something that's coming and they can react very swiftly. I think that while we're looking at two sides here, we have, you know, one side we have disappointment in a friend or lover, and also with pleasure with a close friend. So there's this really weird dynamic here where it's things are good, but at the same time, there's this level of disappointment as to where somebody probably is not meeting your particular level of needs. And you are definitely somebody who is not going to sacrifice what they want. So kudos to you. I'll just say that right now. But let's get into the tarot real quick and see what particular messages we can get. Sorry, just need a sip of water because, like I said, in the intro, I was kind of under the weather a bit this week, and I was losing my voice, and I can kind of feel it getting horsey. Horsey. All right. You know, I'm done. I'm done. That was a little cheesy, wasn't it? Oh my gosh. Okay. Come on. Let's go. Cool. Right away. Okay. What messages do you have to say to the hunter spirit? What do you got to say to pile 3? That one just decided to just roll on over. Anything else? Are we quiet? Okay, we're good. But you know what? There was that funny dude that slid under there. Okay, so what we have here is the 5 of Swords. Ooh, Judgment. Oh, that's such a cool card. Can you see that? Judgment? That is just so beautiful. The Knight of Wands. Okay. That's very much Hunter energy, isn't it? The Nine of Swords. Okay. And then the Page of Cups. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Well, first things I want to take a look at is the Five of Swords. A little bit of disappointment there. And maybe this has a little bit to do with this friend and or lover that is kind of causing this particular disappointment with the Judgment card here, as well as with the Eye, the psychic ability, intuitive card here, and the Judgment is that you are being awakened and called to something. And I get the sense for you, Pile 3, that this was probably something that you knew was going to be coming. With the Nine of Swords here, I think that this is something that you have kind of gotten the sense that that this person probably has a lot of good intentions and things like that for you, but in the long run, they're probably not as reliable as what you possibly kind of thought they would be. I don't think that this is going to be somebody who's going to be long-term supporting your goals. You are very much, this energy with this person and you is not matching. The Knight of Wands here is kind of like, I think it's funny that it lined up directly under the Hunter, because you are definitely, I think this is what you're embodying, and this is very much kind of like the Hunter as well. The Knight of Wands is somebody who is, you know, really strong and active and kind of charges forward with that passion, that fire energy, just like the horse and the Hunter here. I think that I'm going to get just a little bit more information, because with the Page of Cups there, I do get the sense that there was some sort of new beginning to an emotional attachment, maybe with something, and it's something that's not quite happening, and that you are absolutely fine with leaving in the dust, essentially. But let's see what we have to say with the we'll use the Magic Maths Oracle, and then I will also get a fortune card. But let's see. More information, please, Spirit. What message do you have to say regarding this Hunter? Just one thing. Okay, Sad Embrace with the number 45. So, interesting. Okay, well, it's kind of in line with some of these other readings that I've done. The Sad Embrace is a lot about entering into a period of time where you've had to let go of this long cherished dream that you've kind of been hunting. I think that it sounds like that this particular ending is going to be more for your highest good. And I hate it when people say that in a very general sense, but it's absolutely true, just because I think that there is a better and more powerful dream is going to be realized in your life once you accept this loss. 45 reduces to 9, and I do think with the 9 of Swords here, so whatever is coming for you, Hunter, whatever you have been chasing is finally coming to a close, a completion. You are at the 9, which is pretty much like the almost to the, you know, the 10, the end of the cycle. Disappointment, however, I mean, I do think, especially in this guidebook, I always remembered that there was a specific message with this card, and it was saying essentially that like disappointment is all about how you see it. So like your perception. So if your expectations weren't met and you're, you know, you have this sense of loss or anything like that, it's definitely meant to end at this time, because this particular thing was built on a faulty foundation, and you need to express those emotions essentially, and being able to, whatever the loss is or whatever you are letting go of, however great it is, you know, you just need to experience those feelings so that you can kind of tap into that growth that is is definitely on its way. I do think, especially with the dog, you may be relying on somebody or something who is kind of there to always get you through the difficult times, and success is assured with good plans and hard work. So there is a sense of, not that this is going to be an epic failure or anything like that, but whatever these dealings are, there is something that is being awakened within you, and it sounds like whatever it is that you are chasing is not going to be something that you are going to be chasing much longer. So let's get a couple more specific messages from your guides and see what they say before we start getting some advice. Oh, I just lost a candle. Okay, let's see. Specific messages for pile 3, Spirit. What do you have to say in terms of advice with this for the hunter? Just one today? Yep, just one today. They're not being super chatty, but maybe one is enough. Aw, happiness. New discoveries that lead to celebrations. Love yourself first. Yeah, that has its own particular message. But how, Spirit, do we want to get that going? I want to know. What is the advice to get this going? Okay, the World. Queen of Pentacles. Aw, Mother energy. Anything else? How do we get over this loss of whatever we were chasing? Do that. Okay. All right. Those are the advice cards that popped out. Let's take a look. All right, so first of all, we have the World, we have the Two of Pentacles, and then we have the Queen of Pentacles. You are going to have to really heavily rely on the interconnectedness that you have with everyone and everything, and kind of realize that you are a part of somebody's greater plan. And by somebody, I mean Spirit. The Queen of Pentacles, while this could very much be a call for you to nurture yourself during this time, I do get the sense that there is also very much a mother figure or some sort of divine feminine person or something. Very well could be a male, but has that strong nurturing, grounding earth energy here, especially the Queen of Pentacles. That can kind of get you over this hump. You got to stop the juggling. The Two of Pentacles is kind of about, balance. It's a balancing act typically. And you are going to have to let something go, ergo stop chasing something in order to kind of balance the scales. But again, you are definitely you're being asked to kind of call on that divine connection that you have, and really nurture yourself or allow yourself to be nurtured in this way in order to get over this this kind of short-term loss is what I'm seeing here. It's definitely not something that is really drastic in the sense that, it's not a tower moment. This is not a loss that is, I think it's just probably a path that you thought you were on, but again, with free will, things change. Spirit guides change up the path sometimes, and you are now not aligned with where your higher self is, and they're ripping something away. And when I say rip away, I don't mean, something really drastic is leaving you, but the path that you are on is going to be coming to a halt. You're going to have to give up whatever it is that you are chasing right now and kind of let yourself kind of go into limbo so that you can actually be called to the right path. So let's see. Actually, that's what I'm going to ask next. Where is the right path going to come from? And actually, you know what? Before I get angel messages, I want to know where this path is actually going. So let's pull another map oracle, actually. What can we say about this particular path? Like, what journey now? What's happening now? Rescue. Okay. The number 16, which is reduces to the number 7, if that means anything to you. But number 16 with rescue is just the message that you are always safe and secure and you're always free to be yourself. So asking for help isn't easy for many successful people, but I think that's what is going to happen in order for you to get back on the path. Is, you know, the most important support right now is the support that you are going to expect from your spirit guides and the divine. You are definitely being lined up. And you are going to see certain conditions and certain events in your life line up kind of like by magic to kind of help, you know, point you in the direction and give you all the help you need. So the rescue card is kind of like an ask and you shall receive. There is no fear, essentially. This is, you are safe. But definitely if you need some clarity, call on your spirit guides to see kind of where this is going to lead you next, because it looks like things are kind of really in limbo right now once you stop. Okay, well, we're just gonna have to shuffle. Final spirit angel message, please. Anything else? Any other angels messages want to come through? All right. No. Okay, so we have the angel of action. Again, with the hunter. Take action towards your destiny and release. Let go and focus on what is positive and uplifting. Yeah. Okay. That makes absolute sense with the messages that we're getting anyway. You know, being able to let go of this path that you have really had so much investment in, and being able to focus on the other positive aspects in your life that bring you joy and uplift you. Because typically that was something that somebody said to me a long time ago, was you always know the path that you're on is the one that you're supposed to be on, is, you know, if it brings you joy, if it brings you happiness, if it lightens your load, if it lightens your heart, if it doesn't feel like work, essentially. And with the angel of action here, it has, you know, this is taking action towards your destiny. So definitely, you know, again, reach out to your spirit guides and kind of spend some time with yourself in, kind of maybe in meditation and solitude to try and see if any particular illumination comes your way. It's essentially, the angel action is not about waiting passively for, you know, something to come down from the heavens. You know, you have to take a little bit of action, but your angels are definitely going to work alongside with you and present you with these opportunities and options. So go ahead and see which one speaks best to you, and then follow it, if that makes sense. And then again, you know, with the release card here, I think that it's going to be about focusing your mental and emotional energy on things that you can control and letting go of the things you can't. So definitely, you know, kind of spend some time alone, maybe journal your feelings, whatever you need to do to let this path go, so that you can take more steps towards to whatever it is that your spirit guides are actually leading you to. And with that, pile 3, those are all the messages that I have for you today. Thank you so much for being here. If any of these messages resonated with you, I would love it if you took a moment to comment in the video comments down below and let me know which pieces resonated with you. And I always love engaging with my subscribers and my viewers. So it's I love hearing kind of like what you guys are going through and what pieces resonated. It's just good feedback for us tarot readers. Also, if you haven't, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. That's the most simplest way you could definitely help me and the channel grow. This is something that I take so seriously as to, you know, trying to reach more individuals, because I always believe that there's certain messages that need to be said and certain people who need to hear this at very particular times. So the more people view it, the more I actually can get my my messages across to whoever needs to hear them. But thank you so much, Pile 3, for being here. And if you are one of my new subscribers, thank you so much. I appreciate everything that you do for the channel. And I hope to see you guys in the next reading. Take care.